afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, community leaders, and youth participants. Welcome to the Volunteer Project Support Center for Underserved Youth 2025 celebration ceremony. My name is Eric Yang. I'm the team leader for the first project group, and I'll be emceeing for you today.
各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们，大家下午好，欢迎来到青年志愿服务项目2025项目成果庆典。我是 Karen， 正在进行项目 Voices Amplify 的领导者，也是今天的主持人。非常荣幸在这里与大家共同见证本年度的成果。
Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Brown, and I'm part of the Volunteer Project Support Center for Underserved Youth. I am also the leader of the Climbing Program for Indigenous Youth, 也是今天的采访主持人。Hello everyone, my name is Haley Hoff. 我是 Volunteer Project Support Center for Underserved Youth 在进行中的项目 Climbing Dance for All 的 member， 也是今天的采访主持人。
好，亲爱的各位嘉宾、各位好朋友们，大家好，我是今天的主持人杨毅。那么非常荣幸能够和这么多杰出的青少年朋友共同主持今天的这样一个盛典，也再次的感谢所有朋友们的莅临和大力的支持，谢谢大家。
The Volunteer Project Support Center for Underserved Youth, founded by the Canadian Service Corps, supports youth volunteerism with a focus on Indigenous and underserved communities. Led by the Canada-China Federation of Entrepreneurs, the project offers interactive workshops, mentorship, and peer-sharing sessions to help youth build skills, confidence, and knowledge through self-directed community initiatives. Since the launch of this organization in April 2025, the Federation has successfully organized 16 themed events. As of today, the Center has provided funding, guidance, support, and resources for a total of 44 youth-led projects, 7 of which have already been successfully completed.
由 Canada Service Corps 资助的青年志愿服务项目支持中心，致力于支持青年志愿服务，尤其关注原住民和弱势群体。该项目由家中企业家联合会 CCFOE 牵头，提供互动式工作坊、导师指导和同伴分享会，帮助青年通过自主社区活动提升技能、知识和自信心。自2025年4月启动以来，家中企业家联合会已成功举办16期专题活动。截至今天，中心共为44位青年项目提供了资助、支持、资源和指导，其中已有7个项目圆满完成。
This program is proudly organized by the Canada-China Federation of Entrepreneurs, CCFOE. The Canada-China Federation of Entrepreneurs is a non-profit organization registered in the province of Ontario, Canada. Its primary mission is to build a platform for communication and cooperation between entrepreneurs in Canada and China, contributing to the economic collaboration and development of both countries. In recent years, CCFOE has been highly active and effective in both Canada and China. The organization has carried out extensive work to promote both bilateral trade and economic exchanges, earning broad recognition from the public, strong support from both Canadian and Chinese government bodies, and positive coverage from mainstream media.
本项目呢是由家中企业家联合会 CCFOE 主办。家中企业家联合会是在加拿大安大略省注册的非营利机构。多年来，它致力于搭建家中企业家的交流与合作平台，积极促进两国经贸往来，卓有成效，影响深远，赢得了社会的广泛认可，以及家中两国政府的大力支持与充分肯定。同时，它深耕社区，承担多项加拿大政府资助的青年项目、长者项目、多元文化与反种族歧视等项目，为多元社区做出了实实在在的贡献。然后特别感谢我们的家中企业家联合会主办的今天这场活动。同时呢，我们要特别的感谢的协办方 Chinese Canadian Public Media 和 Canada Children's Broadcasting Arts Group。同时呢，今天我们也非常荣幸的邀请到各级政府的代表、社区机构的负责人以及合作单位的嘉宾。感谢各位长期以来对青年成长和社区建设的大力支持，谢谢。
Today, we're greatly honored to have representatives from various levels of government, leaders of community organizations, and guests from our partner institutions with us. Thank you for your long-standing support for youth development and community building.
好，首先让我们用热烈的掌声，有请家中企业家联合会 CCFOE 的刘慧云会长上台致辞，掌声有请。
today's ceremony. Please join me in welcoming President Liu to deliver the welcoming remarks.
Honorable MP Jane Yap, the Markham Deputy Mayor Michael Chen, all youth participants, 媒体朋友们、社区朋友们，大家下午好。今天我仅代表家中企业家联合会，用4个词儿来表达我们的心意。第一个词儿，欢迎，欢迎各位嘉宾拔荣出席，共襄盛举。第二个词，感恩，感谢联邦政府的信任，以 CSC 的支持，感谢各级政要的关怀，感谢专业高效的团队，以及热心、有担当、有创造力的青年纷纷涌现参与，也由衷感谢协办方媒体与义工的无私奉献，使我们的平台得以快速成长。第三个词，自豪，我为我们的团队深感自豪。大家用专业与责任、敬业与创新，圆满完成各阶段的任务。迄今为止，我们一共制作了44个项目，今天7个已完成项目和13个正进行项目，以及3个新制作项目将同台为大家展示。第4个词，继续。未来我们将继续努力，促进社区繁荣与多元合作，为加拿大的青年创造更多机遇，共同开创美好的未来。On behalf of CCFOE, I wish to express our messages through 4 words: welcome, gratitude, pride, and continue. Welcome with gratitude and pride as our continue forward. I also want to see today's celebration is meaningful. As MP Samazaki said from her greeting letter, today's event reflects the very best of what community service can reach. The empowerment of youth people, the strengthening of civic engagement, and the creation of new pathways for leadership and belongings. As MP Vincent Hall said from her greeting letter, your contributions to bilingual and bicultural growth have made a profound and lasting difference in our region. As MP Shen Chen said from her greeting letter, I recommend the Canada-China Federation of Entrepreneurs for your commitment for empowering youth people and fostering civic engagement. As MPP Aaron's Barbecuing said from his greeting letter, and Richmond Mayor David West said from his greeting letter, your volunteerism shows fantastic effects and contributions to building strong communities. I'm sure all the leaders here today were inspiring and encouraging our youth people. So I would like to end my welcome remark by saying thank you again for joining us. We're looking forward to hearing each of your wonderful speech. Thank you to all.
好，谢谢刘会长的讲话。那么刚才刘会长的讲话呢，让我们回顾了这个项目走过的历程啊，真的是一路走来，离不开大家的支持和帮助。好，那么当然要特别感谢的是我们加拿大3级政府对这个项目的大力的支持。所以我们今天呢非常荣幸的邀请到了国会议员叶嘉丽来到了我们的现场。Let's welcome.
下午好，我是叶嘉 里是新加坡爱情国区的国会议员。今天我知道有小一点的下雪，很高兴看见你们。I'm very pleased to be here for the 2025 year-end awards celebration and concert for the Volunteer Project Support Center for Underserved Youth. I was particularly touched by the youth that we saw all up here, the recipients. They spoke wonderfully, and they definitely speak better Chinese than me. So I also want to thank Gina for your wonderful work and your team on behalf of the Canada-China Federation of Entrepreneurs. It's wonderful to see you support youth, especially those from underserved communities as well as Indigenous communities. And I'm very pleased that the funding came from the Canada Service Corps, which is part of the federal government program. So I hope that with the new budget, it's now a new name change, and it's now called the Youth Climate Corps. Different focus, but we want to help youth respect and also learn more about the environment, and there will be paid opportunities. So congratulations to all the wonderful young recipients today. And on behalf of the federal government, I hope you have an enjoyable afternoon. Thank you. And if Gina, you could come up for the certificate of appreciation, that would be great. Thank you.
好，掌声有请刘会长上台来接受我们的国会议员叶佳丽专程送来的贺信。Thank you, Jane Ye, for the presentation of the certificate of the congratulation letters. 好，谢谢。那么我们在今天这样的一个特别高兴和难得的日子里呢，是因为我们有很多的项目要跟大家分享。首先呢，我们有7组项目已经成功的完成了所有的指标，这样子他们会得到由我们加拿大联邦工作和家庭部长 Honorable Patty Hajdu 签发的荣誉证书。那么接下来呢，我们有请叶佳丽国会议员和刘会长上台，为我们已经完成的项目来颁发证书。Now there are 7 groups already finished their project. Now they will receive the certificate of recognizing issued by the Honorable Patty Hajdu, Canada's Minister of Employment and Family Service. OK, 好的，那么我们掌声再次请出叶佳丽国会议员和刘会长，为已经完成项目的成员们颁发证书。好，那么我们请导师一楠来宣布一下名单。好，在这边。好，首先请出的是 Eric。首先请出的是 Eric 杨，是 No.1 的 group 的。好 ，Bessie 刘，他我们一起过来，这一组的所有人一起过来。No.1 的 Eric 杨、Bessie 刘和黑笔徐。好，这是我们第一组项目组的，祝贺我们的第一组项目的。好，我们下一组的，好，请3位 member 站在后面站一下，等一下。好，我们下一组，韩亮，这是也已经完成了这一组的成员。好，祝贺韩亮。好，你也是在后面，稍等一下。我们下一组是2位成员 ，Grace Fan 和 ZK Grace Wang。 祝贺我们下面一组也是2位成员，荆州张和孟家赵。好的，祝贺。我们下面这一组呢，是3名成员，但是今天有1位代表，另外2位还有其他的比赛。艾森耀、陈希葛和欧文班云万。好，祝贺！我们请所有的获奖的小朋友往前面一点，往前面一点。然后呢，我们也请，我们来一个大的合影。那我们也请我们今天见证的嘉宾，我们万锦市的副市长陈国志先生也一同来到台上合影留念。来，我们来见证一下。还有我们罗庚的。省议员的助理也请一同来到台上来见证我们首批完成青年志愿者项目的各个成员，同时还要请出我们的几位导师，我们的吴亦南导师、我们的姜律师和我们的 Gary 在哪里？姜律师、姜丽律师，还有我们的 Gary， 他们也是我们这个项目的辅导老师，在他们的大力支持和帮助下，好，你往中间来，往中间来，好的。好 ，Gary 3位导师站到那边了。好，要不是这样了，我们前面的小朋友往前面一点，能不能照一下我们的？都可以吗？好的。好，那么这个项目呢，确实要特别感谢政府的大力支持，感谢我们的刘会长，感谢我们的导师吴亦南老师、Gary 王博士和姜艳丽律师，也同时要特别的祝贺我们这些。成员们在他们的努力下，他们很好的完成了这些令人惊叹的成果。一会儿会有专门的环节给大家展示一下他们的结果。谢谢，再次的祝贺 ，Congratulations all the members. Thank you, 金叶 ，Thank you. 好，请各位到台下稍事休息，一会儿我们会有机会给大家展示。一会儿我们还会有机会给大家展示他们。在过去几个月当中完成的令人惊叹的成果，谢谢。那么刚才大家已经看到了，我们今天到场的还有很多的政要和嘉宾。我们刚才已经看到了万锦市的副市长陈国志先生，他也是一直以来对我们这个项目呢是大力的支持，提供了很多的帮助。那么今天呢，他又亲自赶到了我们的现场，非常感谢陈市长，让我们掌声有请 Deputy Mayor of Markham Michael Chen。
Thank you, Patrick, and as always, a wonderful MC. Now, great in speaking Chinese and great in speaking English. Thank you so much. And on behalf of the City of Markham and our Mayor, Frank Scavetti, and members of Council, I want to bring everybody here the warmest greetings. It's such a great feeling to be here today for various reasons. First, of course, is I want to recognize the tremendous, great work of Gina Liu. Over the years, I found her dedication in helping our community, in promoting our community, is just tremendous. And watching the slides, the presentation, I discovered that she actually went to promoting the great relationship between Canada and China, and she went with Catherine Wynne, the premier of the time, and actually I was also the trade minister who was at those wonderful trips. So once again, thank you so much, Gina. And secondly is when I also watching all those names. It's so many names and so many numbers. It's 16 funding, 7 completed, and 44 other projects, and so it tells me that this is a great number of youth that's able to achieve accomplishment, educated, learn, experience, and that's really great for our society because, as we all know, youth is really the future of our tomorrow. So thank you so much. Thank you to the federal government of opening these Canada Service Corps and apply funding throughout Canada, and in particular, all these great projects that's happening today. I do have a greeting of my own, and my eyesight is not very good because you can see me wearing this glass. Not because I want to be a superstar. It's really, I have eye problem here. But anyhow, I'm trying my best to read it. I'm pleased to extend warmest greeting to all attendees at the Volunteer Project Support Center for Underserved Youth 2025 Year-End Awards Celebration and Concert, hosted by the Canada-China Federation of Entrepreneurs and co-organized by the Canada Children's Broadcasting Arts Groups. This exciting event is an ideal opportunity to draw community members together to highlight the outstanding achievements of youth who have completed projects and experienced the uplifting talent of the young performers who will be featured today. Through the equally important platforms of community projects and the performing arts, I want to highly commend the organizers for your exceptional commitment to empower and energize our youth. Your forward-looking dedication to support and inspire their positive development is a valuable contribution that will help build a stronger tomorrow and facilitate their growth into the responsible citizens who will be the change makers who create a better world for all. As you gather to showcase completed projects, share updates of ongoing projects, and encourage newly approved groups and future participants, please accept my heartfelt best wishes for a most memorable celebration and continued success of your organizations in all your future endeavors. Thank you very much. Now I want to ask perhaps Gina Liu, are you around?
在这边，刘会长对。
I can't see.
那么掌声有请
Please
刘
come
会
on
长
up.。Let me present this flavor of greeting to you.
好，祝贺刘会长获得了来自我们万锦市副市长陈国志先生专程送来的贺信。Volunteer Project Support Center of Underserved Youth 2025 Year-End Celebration and Concert。好，再次的感谢陈国志副市长，谢谢 ，Thank you。小心小心。好，祝贺刘会长。我们今天呢还有很多的政要呢，他们因为时间的关系呢，或者没有能够来到现场，或者是提前来到了现场，然后呢，表达了祝贺，送来了贺信之后呢，又去参加其他的公事，比如说我们刚才有看到，列治文山市的副市长陈志辉先生，还有万锦市的区议员何虎景先生，他们也已经专程了，本人亲自来送来了贺信。那么还有我们的省议员罗根先生，他今天有公务在身，没有能够亲自到现场，他专门请他的助理也送来了贺信。让我们掌声有请 MPP Rogan the assistant to present the congratulation letters.
Hello, hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marian. I'm here on behalf of MPP Logan Canapasi. He's the member of Provincial Parliament for Markham South Hill. Unfortunately, today, due to his prior commitment, he cannot make it today in person. But he did ask me to extend his sincere congratulations to the organizer, CCFOE, and all our excellent youth. And here today, I bring two certificates to the organizer and also the co-organizer. I would like to have Gina and the other organization to come here to receive their
好，有请
certificate.
刘会长，还有 Linda， 好，首先请刘会长来接受。好，还有我们的还有我们的协办方啊，首先接受主办方的贺信。好。好，谢谢刘科长，谢谢罗庚省议员。那么接下来呢，还要给我们的协办方那个加拿大广播艺术团的孩子们来颁发贺信。The next one is for the co-organizer, Chinese Canadian, Canada China, Canada Children's Broadcasting Arts Group. 好，祝贺加拿大青少年广播艺术团，谢谢，也谢谢罗庚省议员专程送来的贺信 ，Thank you. Oh, thank you all the speakers. Now, let's move into one of the most important segments of today's events. 那么下面将要进入我们今天可以说是最重要的环节之一，就是青年志愿者项目的展示。首先呢，请大家一同看一下大屏幕，一起了解一下到目前为止已经完成的7个项目。Okay, now let's go to the showcase of the complete project, the 7 project which is already finished.
Hello, we're the Unplugged Pals, and we're here to bring you all the help you need to succeed. So, who are we exactly? Our main project goal is to help prevent the growing epidemic among the youth, that is the addiction to technology and especially social media.
We've noticed many teenagers are extremely addicted to their phones and other online devices, which is a big problem that is especially harmful as it interferes with completing important tasks and developing learning habits.
Numerous kids, or even adults, don't even know how to do many simple things, and this problem has continued to get worse and worse down the line with younger generations, with skills such as basic critical thinking or general literary ability being degraded more and more, largely in part just due to how prevalent the act of simply being online is. Phones are useful, sure, and we do recognize that it is very difficult to stop altogether, but we also know that every little bit helps, and every step you take toward improving yourself more and more helps you stop this addiction.
We believe in long-term improvement, which is why we've established a website and a Dropbox, so we can continue answer questions, provide further support on these various future journeys. The journey is a mountain, and we recognize that we're simply just to be aware. However, any change we make, we see as positive, changes that may help them in the future.
We additionally want to push these youths to higher levels by teaching more positive content like studying techniques or helping them learn how to problem solve so they can use the effective concentration that we teach them. The way we accomplish these goals is via positive reinforcement, in which we utilize a grand variety of methods, such as weekly meetings, online check-ins, and setting goal plans.
At the very least, we're trying to spread awareness about this topic. We hope that through this project, we're able to create some ripple effects that will persist even after our project is finished.
Hi, I'm Richmond. So for today, as a group member, I had to prepare for the film exam. Only me to record this video. So, quick introduce. I'm Yichun, the group leader of the Tri-Battle Cup. The treat bottle cup was created to fill the gap in occurs at no local tables tennis tournament. So our original goal is to give players, especially yours, a platform to compete, grow, and connect with others in the community. What makes our project meaningful is the growth we achieved. At the beginning, the first tournament we only got 10 or 12 players to compete, but in our last tournament, we learned the mistake from the previous and grows our size to 50 people. So right now, the Tribal Cup is not just a competition, it's a steady progress that growing influence in the opera.
Here is our project, the Visible Voices Project. Our project, Visible Voices, seeks to use the medium of photography to break through linguistic barriers. That's because images transcend words. This project was built around a singular purpose: to empower the youth to observe, to interpret, and to share the world around them through a lens that speaks universally.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk a little bit about our event. So on the left, you can see is what happened during our event. We got everyone to come together, and we got everyone to grow closer through. We played a bunch of games, and after the event was finished, we went outside to take a walk and kind of observe the fruit of our event. The community got together. The people that went to our event, they got together, and it was a good time. And the third photo on the right was, what we did during the event. We kind of taught them how to use camera equipment, so they could go out and take pictures of what they deemed was whatever they wanted, right?
And so the first two images here show that throughout our time working on the project, we came together, we created a poster for advertising and a whole website which was dedicated to photos submitted by others. And we achieved our goals of spreading inclusivity to the youth, especially in this day and age. And the first picture the picture to the right is one of the images sent displaying inclusivity and actually the winner of our contest.
Now finally, for our achievements, the first two photos show how we reached out to many catering services as well as equipment rental services, with the photography one able to showing up in person as well to help us give tips on how to effectively take photos. As for catering, we reached out to many more catering services. However, this is only a fraction that was shown. As for the last two, the second one was the runner-up photo, which was featured because it showed how as a community, we're inseparable even in the darkest nights. And for the last one, it just shows how after our project was completed, our group had a little gathering as a form of celebration.
Hi everyone, I'm Jingzhou Zhang, and I'm the leader for project number 5, Read to Rise. Our initiative, which ran from May to September 2025, was more than just a book club. It was a 4-month community-based effort designed to support youth resilience and mental well-being.
Our primary goal was to create a safe, welcoming space for Mandarin-speaking and newcomer youths. We want them to openly explore psychology-themed books related to identity, belonging, and emotional regulations.
To achieve this, we hosted SIP's bi-weekly in-person book club session, where reflections and open dialogue were key. A major highlight was organizing SIP's guest speaker events, featuring licensed mental health professionals to deepen our understanding on resilience and emotional wellness. We also built a strong online community, reaching over 200 people in our online group chat.
The results were powerful. We successfully built an inclusive space where youth felt safe sharing their personal story and reduced the stigma around mental health. Participants told us their psychological literacy and emotional regulation skill improved. Most importantly, we strengthened the community connection and fostered peer support among newcomers.
This project laid the foundation for long-term impact. There's a clear demand for continuation. We're going to keep hosting our bi-weekly gathering and maintain our online communication. Through this process, we learned that the key to leadership is patience and persistence, and we're proud to be supporting our communities. Thank you for supporting Read to Rise.
Hi everyone, my name is Grace Ran.
And I'm Grace Wang.
And we are the co-founders of Graceful Gardens, a youth community project aimed at restoring the environment for planting using our homemade organic enzymes.
So our project, Graceful Gardens, aims to connect our vibrant community with nature. Using our organic homemade enzyme formula, this allows families and individuals to grow their own beautiful gardens while connecting to nature as well. Not to mention, our materials are cost efficient and we utilize vegetable and fruit scraps in order to reduce our waste output. This project focuses on enhancing plant growth, improving soil quality, and preventing crop pests. This project focuses on bridging differences using the power of nature, increasing community involvement while also enhancing physical and mental health.
Throughout this project, we were able to reach our projected goals. Not only did we successfully create homemade organic enzymes, but we also handed out samples to dozens of families in our local neighborhood and received positive feedback. More importantly, we were able to promote sustainability and reconnect with our community. We learned valuable leadership skills that we will continue to utilize throughout our careers. In conclusion, thank you to all the mentors who have supported us throughout this journey. We appreciate the assistance you have all shown us throughout these last few months.
Add a little grace to your garden.
Hello everyone, I'm excited to introduce Sweet Harmonies with Miss West Wellness Dessert Lab, a project that blends traditional Chinese wellness ingredients with modern Western dessert techniques. Our goal is to help youth discover that food can be delicious, healthier, and culturally meaningful. In our workshop, we use red dates, lotus seeds, and jasmine tea, and incorporated them into Western-style tarts, milk tea, and cheesecakes. We also encouraged natural sweeteners and lighter ingredients to promote better eating habits. One highlight was our no-bake frozen cheesecake, a refreshing, healthier dessert that received great feedback at our summer event. We also created a signature wellness drink, red bean soy milk with jasmine tea and Canadian maple syrup. It's a perfect example of what our project stands for: healthy, balanced, creative, and beautifully eats Miss West. In the end, Sweet Harmony is a space where youth learn about wellness, express culture, and create meaningful food together. Thank you so much for watching.
Hello everyone, we are Joey and Amber from Awakening Through the Lenses Mindfulness in Nature. Our program uses a 2-session format to guide participants through mindfulness and photography and mental health awareness activities. Over 3 months, we delivered 3 independent cohorts for Xinflix members in York region. Through mindful walking and analog film photography, we created a gentle space for participants to slow down and reconnect. Our goal was to offer an accessible way to explore well-being through nature, creativity, and culturally sensitive guidance. Each cohort followed a 2-session format supported by mental health facilitators and volunteers with background in psychology. In Session 1, participants practiced mindfulness walking and uses disposable film cameras to capture meaningful moments. Between sessions, we developed our film photos. Session 2, participants received their printed photos and used them to express their feelings and created different artworks with methods such as photo collage, fluid painting, or found poetry. Across 3 cohorts, we engaged over 50 participants and 10 volunteers, created 30+ artworks, and documented over 100 photos, showing strong community interest and impact. This project showed the power of nature, creativity, and community. It allowed us to build meaningful collaborations with student groups and partner organizations along the way. Special thanks to the Canada-China Federation of Entrepreneurs for supporting this project and making it possible.
Today, we also witnessed the exciting moment as 3 newly approved projects received their funding checks on stage. Let us extend our warmest congratulations and best wishes as they begin on their own journey.
今天我们也将在现场分享3个新项目获批资助并领取支票的激动时刻，让我们一起为他们的启程送上祝福。
好的，那么祝贺我们这3组新获批的项目。那么我们首先要有请我们的陈国志副市长和我们的刘会长一起上台，为此次获批的项目颁发支票。好，我们这3组新获得资助的项目，他们是第一组50N35 Spark Sporting Potential Through Arts Recreation and Knowledge Lead Dora Han Member Diana Han， 恭喜恭喜，请2位来。N35。好，祝贺我们第35组的。好，我们第49组 Financial Future for All。好，把支票拿出来 ，take out the check，take out the check。好的，祝贺我们的第49组。
Congratulations to Group N49。
好，谢谢。好，那么我们接下来请出我们的第50组 Voice of Toronto。第50组 Voice of Toronto。
Now let's welcome Group N50, Voices of Toronto, onto the stage to receive their check.
好，祝贺我们的第50组的青少年项目组获得了政府的资助，也感谢我们的颁奖嘉宾陈国志副市长和刘会长，谢谢 ，Thank you。好，我们刚才呢也一同看到了很多这个已经完成的7组项目，可以说是非常令人惊叹的一个项目成果。那么他们已经获得了荣誉证书，那么。刚才还有3组获得了最新审批、获得通过资助的项目，那么还有很多组呢是正在进行当中。那么这样子，我们先请已经完成的这7组项目当中的部分成员来到舞台上，跟大家和我们的导师吴一楠一同做一个圆桌会议，来共同给大家谈一谈他们的感受和对这个项目的理解。好，有请我们的导师吴一楠。好，吴一楠先来到舞台上，我们其他的已经完成项目组的小朋友们也请来到我们的舞台上，然后进行我们的圆桌会议讨论。
Now we would like to invite project mentor Wu Yihan to lead the roundtable discussion with the completed project members as they share their reflections and experiences from participating in this program.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here. And after seeing the videos, I know that you guys are more curious about how is everything goes and how is the leadership demonstrate. But right now is the time that we're gonna share with you guys from our peers teams. So if you can all set up, so you guys can be one, we're gonna just all set up. Okay, so here we get group 1. So please just introduce yourself and your teams, please.
Hello, I'm Eric Yang, and I'm the team leader of the first project. Our name is Unplugged Pals, as you saw in the video. Basically, our project is just dedicated to helping stop the epidemic of phone addiction, which is just incredibly prevalent among younger generations.
Cool, thank you. Let's welcome the next group.
Hello? Alright, so I'm not the group leader of our group, he's not here today, but I'm one of the members of Visible Voices. It's used to help include inclusivity to younger people, especially in this day and age, because of the lack of it. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, please.
My name is Jingjiu Zhang, and I'm the leader of the psychology-based book club project called Read to Rise. And our book club invites psychological professionals that are licensed with the government as guest speakers, which help us promote inclusive Canada.
Yeah, thanks, please.
Hi, my name is Grace Fan. I'm the team leader of Graceful Gardens Project 8. And in our project, we worked on creating homemade organic enzymes to restore the environment for planting.
That's good.
Hi everyone, my name is Joey and I'm the group leader of the Awakening Through the Lenses Mindfulness in Nature. We are a group to combine the photography and mental wellness, and we have a lot of cohorts to have different sessions and have roundtable discussions to promote mental health awareness among the Chinese community.
Cool, thank you. So basically you guys heard about the short introduction of each group, and then as I think I'm the only person besides each team leader knows the more details for the group, because I have reviewed all the final reports. So after reviewed all the final reports, and I come up to questions to each group, and I hope we can discuss and to share this with the audience. So for the first group, the Unplugged Pals, so your team tried to reduce technology addictions into youngs. So basically, it's huge challenges, and given how deeply phones are built into habits, right? My question for you is that, what did you learn about leadership from the moments when your plan did not work? And then how did you lead yourself and your participants back on track when it's all of them?
Okay, so I will say there are many challenges, and I'm sure this is the same for every other leader. There's always going to be problems, things that go wrong, or things that just don't go as you plan. But I think the important thing and what I learned the most is to just keep going. It sounds really simple, but just make sure you pick yourself back up, you let yourself fall down, and it's going to happen no matter what. But as long as you pick yourself up and you make a new plan and just keep sticking toward it, and eventually something's going to work out, and eventually if you just keep persisting, that's the most important thing that I've learned, to just get back on track and keep going no matter how hard it seems.
I see. So basically leadership is about rebuilding, right? Because sometimes leadership is not just about sticking to the plan, but you have the ability to rebuild the motivations and when the plans collapse. And here we get a question for next group, our Visible Voice. So we heard that your project already used to share identities through photographies, which is a very brilliant topic, a beautiful concept. But behind that, your group also mentioned that you face particular challenges, and specifically in terms of 3 different school boards, scheduling conflicts, and current uncertainty, and logistics that keep shifting. My question for you is, guys, what was the moment when you realized that the success of Visible Voice was not about the posters, food, and photography, but about the emotional climb and create people to feel seen?
So there were a few moments, especially that for Visible Voices, that helped me realize that it's not just about photographs, So there's one example. There's a student who came here. He was around my age, and he wasn't really comfortable with the other people. He was shy, he was to himself, and he wasn't comfortable with the project in general. But when we gave him a camera to take pictures, he shined. He became unshy. He he was using a space and he was utilizing this to focus on details. And when he showed us the picture, oh my God, it was really good. And he was able to capture inclusivity in just one image. So this helped me realize that our project is not just about images. It's about creating an environment to help others feel safe in. And this is not just one of the moments. There are many others, but it's helped me realize that Visible Voices truly is, and it was really working.
Thank you so much for the sharing. So I see that leadership begins when the work stops being about the event to start being a real person, right? Cool. And then we get a question for our next group, Rice. So your project created a safe emotional space for youth to share openly, and which is very rare and powerful, but I really like to see that. And my question is that, as the facilitators, how did you balance holding the space for the youth and while also maintaining structure and direction for each season?
So as the facilitator, I believe that in order to find a balance between vulnerability and structure, I need to move between two roles, the witness and the guide. For the first hour of the book club session, I usually have a clear structure. I would start with a guiding question, and I would allow all the participants to share their opinion on that particular issue. And so in this way, everyone has the equal opportunity to speak about their opinions and share their stories. And at the same time, they have a very clear idea of when is it going to be their turn to share. So in this way, it fosters their sense of safety when sharing about their vulnerable stories. And in this part, my role is more like a witness. I listen and I validate their feelings. And in the second part, it's usually more free-flowing, where participants, they will talk about themes and issues that arise from the first part. And this part is where a lot of people, maybe their stories becomes very long, or when the discussion sometimes become heated. And in this case, I would use micro-intervention just to steer the conversation back on track. But most of the time, I don't really intervene too much because I believe the group has the ability to self-regulate. So overall, I believe that vulnerability and structure, they do not oppose to each other. Instead, they actually depend on each other. Without a structure, people won't feel safe enough to open up and share their vulnerabilities, or they may not have the opportunity to do so. And without the vulnerability, without the true story that they share, the structure would just feel empty. So it's very important to have a structure that protects vulnerability in order for the discussion to flourish.
Okay, so I want to conclude that so it's basically is listening attentively and asking questions gently are the actually mature leadership is. And then leadership is not about directing conversations, it's also about holding space to others' growth, right? Yeah, so let's welcome for the next group, our Graceful Guardians. So the Graceful Guardian, your project is very unique and which is required weeks of testing, adjusting, and also formula conditions, and even restarting, right? So you also mentioned that the process was not linear and that you have learned not expect immediate results. My question for you is, during the toughest moment for your group, and then when the budget failed or time was tight, what kind of things that keep you moving forward instead of slowing down or giving up? Is it about like mindset, leadership, or kind of others?
When batches weren't turning out as expected and time was limited, it was easy to feel discouraged. However, the biggest factor in our ongoing commitment was having a growth mindset and being around the right support systems that kept us accountable. Even through all the challenges, we were able to adapt to changes and adjust our formula accordingly. And we realized that this is important because if we're able to adjust the changes, then we can really combat any challenges, and which is essentially what a growth mindset is. And we also receive support from our families, the Canada-China Federation of Entrepreneurs, and especially from our mentor, Yinan, who has shown us unwavering trust ever since we started beginning the proposal. To add, it was just having a lot of support was so important throughout the entire process, and we really learned that being able to adapt to these changes was so important to truly make a change in the community.
I see it. Thank you. So basically, leadership isn't just preventing when everything goes smoothly. It grows when it slows down and falls apart, right? And some of the choose to try again. Okay, let's welcome our next group, Awakened Through the Lens. So after reviewing your final project and see your entire activities, your project requires strong logistics, and also have the weather list and the camera development, and also the cohort scheduling and the coordinating with facilitators. My question for you is that what was the moment when the plan did not go as expected, and how did you adapt it as a leader rather than panic?
So one thing I wasn't expected is when we started our project, the sign-up rate is pretty low. And because I was pretty confident about our project, the structure, the format, and the content, everything. But when we established the promotional materials and published them on social media, our views were very low. And because some platforms such as Xiaohongshu, the Red Note, they have restrictions and policies over the promotional materials. So at that point, we decided to change our strategy. So we kind of start to outreach. We start to build partnerships and connections with different organizations. For example, we collaborated with a student club at the University of Toronto, and we collaborated with different mental health organizations and some local NGOs. And after these collaborations, we found our project was quite popular among the international student community. And after that, the sign up was very fast, and we even created a wait list for the participants. So I think from that experience, I learned that leadership is not just to design a good project, but it's also about how to outreach to different people, to talk to different people and let people know that there is a project to make our project visible to others.
I see. So basically, leadership grows fast when the things goes not well. But when they start growing up, is the things when they start break. Okay, so basically that's we have a share for today. And today we do not just hear about projects. We also witness the ways of young people grow and learn how to lead. And this is what leadership really looks like. It's not about a perfect. It's not about always right or always smooth, but it's real. Okay, and then basically you can see that the leadership word earned through these activities, and probably that's all we're gonna share for today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everyone. The leadership just started beginning. Thank you.
今天我们还将欣赏到部分在进行项目带来的艺术展示，运动、科技、公益活动3大类别，点亮舞台。首先，我们邀请 Julia 和她的 partner Ida 来到舞台表演拉丁舞。
You know you have it. You take a moment, make it magic. Yeah, the way you move is so dramatic. I think I might make you a habit. Yeah. See all these faces, so many numbers on your waitlist. You make me wanna make some changes. Drive me to drink and taking places. Yeah. Every step you take, every word, every hallelujah, sing hallelujah. Whoa, because when you go and I get higher, when you move that slow, it lights my fire. I might be falling for you, I don't know. I think it might be what you came here for. Whoa, when you go and I get higher, when you move that slow, it lights my fire. I'm in attention, I ain't got no shame, no inhibition, I'm just glad you came.
When he kisses me, I get that thrill. When he do the wiggle, I won't keep still. I wanna tough love, yeah, yeah, tough love. I need a tough love, yeah, yeah, tough love. Ooh, now the 7 sisters got nothing on him. I talk about a love who's fast as a wind. Everyone talk about how he got me fixed. It ain't good, it's just that twist.
常精彩的演出。我们的茱莉亚和 Eden 他们两个呢是我们加拿大 National 的冠军，一个是4届，一个是6届。他们刚才给我们带来的表演真的是令人叹为观止，特别精彩。再次把掌声送给我们的2位舞蹈演员 Julia and Eden。好，那我们今天呢还要欣赏到部分正在进行的项目为我们带来的艺术展示，它们包括运动类的项目、科技类的项目和社会公益的3大类别，将以多元而精彩的方式呈现他们的项目主题，期待他们的创意与热情点亮舞台。
Today, we'll also enjoy artistic presentations from several teams whose projects are still in progress, representing the 3 major categories: sports, technology, and social impact. These youth participants will showcase their project themes in diverse and vibrant ways. We look forward to seeing their creativity and passion light up the stage.
好，首先请出的是运动组的运动的项目的这一组。
First up, let's welcome the sports team.
Come on, it's like that. It's like that. Oh, yeah. Woo, come on, it's like that. It's like that.
们的拳击项目 boxing。好，大家能看出来这是什么项目吗？这是一个攀岩的项目。好，来，要不要给大家展示一下他们的装备？他们现在是身上带着这样的一个保护的装备，在攀岩的时候能够很好的保护运动员。对，大家可以看到后面的背景是这样的一个。好，非常漂亮，很好，非常新颖啊！好，漂亮，这个大家都看得出来是击剑的项目。好，这是我们运动组的小朋友给大家带来的精彩表演。下面呢，我们还有很多的项目是社会公益的项目。
Next, please welcome the Social Impact Group.
Wonderful show, wonderful performance。他们表现了模特的，还有现场的作画、现场的音乐。好，感谢我们在台上5位可爱的小朋友，一起到台上鞠个躬给大家。好，我们这一组社会公益组，他们自身的提升和社会的公益结合的完美无缺，非常漂亮，谢谢。好，我们的项目当中呢还有很多和科学技术相关的项目。接下来这一组呢是我们的 Science and Technique 科技组的表演。好，这是一组游戏设计的科学项目。好，谢谢你们。哦，他们在激烈的争执当中，到底应该怎么样子完成我们这个高难度的机器人项目？ Let's do it. 好，紧张调试当中。 哦，机器人已经开始运动起来了。哦，在弹球当中，哇！哇，年轻人他们的科技创新哦，机器人自己已经开始动了。哇，漂亮！ 好，非常精彩的演示，机器人可以自主的运动，然后在 coding 的小朋友的协助下，他们成功的完成了机器人的演示，祝贺他们！ 好，谢谢 Amy， 谢谢我们的好科技组的小朋友们完成了又一个挑战。那么在今天这样子温馨的时刻呢，我们非常高兴的还要请出我们的协办单位加拿大儿童广播艺术团，为我们带来经典的合唱演出。加拿大儿童广播艺术团成立以来一直活跃在我们多伦多的舞台上，他们用他们精彩的演出为我们多伦多舞台增添了一抹亮色。今天他们带给我们的合唱作品。请小朋友往台后稍微站一站，往后面站。OK，稍微往后面站一站。Take back force a little bit. 好，让我们掌声有请我们的国会议员马荣征先生上台致辞。
大家好。大家好。首先，我觉得他们唱得很好，很好，大家再给他们鼓声。Very well done. Very well done. Thank you. I'd like to, first of all, congratulate this team for their performance, and I do have a certificate to grant to this team. I don't know who will come out to receive this.
"好，祝贺 CCBA 获得了来自我们国会议员马荣征 Michael Ma 专程送来的贺信，祝贺你们。
I just want to say it's a lot of fun to watch you sing and perform, and I see a lot of future in you and your performances. You guys are doing great, and I hope you will continue sing and perform for us, and I think this is a wonderful opportunity, and so Merry Christmas to all of you, and Merry Christmas to everybody. I do have another certificate to present to the organizers.
对，那么接下来我们国会议员 Michael Ma 也会为刘会长，我们加拿大企业联合会的刘会长颁发感谢状和祝贺信，来祝贺我们这次活动的圆满成功。好，在今天这样的一个难忘的时刻，让我们有请所有的项目组的成员和演员朋友们来到我们的舞台上。好，让我们在舞台上来一个大的 group photo， 也请我们在台下的 VIP 嘉宾，我们的陈国志副市长，还有所有的演出的项目，所有的演出项目的成员和我们的主持人团队和我们的。
小宝宝们往前站，来，小宝宝，这个小心这个，来往前站，小朋友。
小朋友们站到最前排，小朋友们站到最前排，好，好。好，所有的小朋友们站到最前排，还有我们项目组的我们的小朋友们一同来到舞台上。我们项目组的所有成员也请尽快来到舞台上，来一个大的合影。所有参加我们今天项目组的所有的青少年的朋友们一同来到舞台上，好吗？
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Let us continue to support youth leadership, community service, and cross-cultural engagement.
感谢大家今天的参与，让我们继续支持青年发展、社区服务与多元文化交流。
As members of this program, we firmly believe that one of the most valuable missions that young leaders can partake in is to grow through volunteer services and to make a positive impact on all of our communities through real action. The journey may seem like a difficult one, but it is immensely valuable all the same, and we look forward to developing a welcoming, more like-minded partners to join us on this path.
作为项目中的一员，我们始终坚信，青年领袖最珍贵的使命，正是在志愿服务的实践中不断成长，并以实际行动为社会带来积极影响。这条路光荣而漫长，但也充满意义。我们期待有更多志同道合的伙伴加入，与我们携手同行。
好，再次感谢今天活动的主办方和协办方，还有我们到场的嘉宾，还有所有参与我们项目的各个成员，还有我们各个演员朋友们，还有感谢到场的家长朋友们和观众朋友们，感谢我们所在的新动力电视台为我们提供的场地，感谢我们的协办方。好，亲爱的朋友们，我们下一次的活动再见。
This program is run by Canada-China Federation of Entrepreneurs, a non-profit organization,
and funded by the Canada Service Corps, a federal initiative that supports youth volunteer opportunities. To participate, youth must meet 2 requirements: be Canadian citizens, permanent residents, or hold refugee status. Be between 15 and 30 years old at the start of their microgrant project. Projects should align with one or more of following themes: reconciliation, building an inclusive Canada, preserving the environment, civic and democratic engagement, strengthening youth resilience. Youth-identified themes. Eligible youth can receive up to $5,000 for short-term, innovative community service projects, helping to develop skills in leadership, planning, and budgeting. Upon completion of the project, all participants will receive a certificate signed by the Honourable Patty Haidu, Minister of Jobs and Families, and Minister responsible for the Federal Economic Development Agency for Northern Ontario. If you're eligible, email your name, project theme, and contact details to youthsupport@ccfoe.org. We'll be in touch. Greeting letters, congratulations letters, and appreciation letters. The first round of project funding. MP Jean Yip. Markham City Councillor, Amanda Young-Colucci. The second round of project funding. MPP Logan Kanapathy. The third round of project funding. Markham Mayor Frank Scarpitti. The fourth round of project funding. York Region Councillor, Alan Ho. The fifth round of project funding. Appreciation letter from MP Jean Yip. The sixth round of project funding. MP, Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, Tim Hodgson. Richmond Hill City Councillor, Simon Chue. The seventh round of project funding. MP, Vincent Ho. MPP Logan Kanapathy. Deputy Mayor of Richmond Hill, Godwin Chan. The eighth round of project funding. MP, Michael Ma. The ninth round of project funding. City Councillor Jamal Myers. The 10th round of project funding. Mayor of Richmond Hill, David West. The 11th round of project funding. MPP, Eris Babikian. The 12th round of project funding. Markham City Councillor, Yisa Lee. The 13th round of project funding. MPP, Logan Kanapathy. The 14th round of project funding. Markham Deputy Mayor, Michael Chan. The 15th round of project funding, former Canadian Senator Victor O. The 16th round of project funding. MP, Salma Zahid.